Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back doing this little apartment mini-series that I've been working on, filling up this larger apartment with 4 smaller ones. And I hope you guys do enjoy this one. It's the smallest apartment of all 4, and I decided to go with a Japanese theme because that is not a style I have really done in The Sims. I have done a couple of Asian inspired, or at least East Asian inspired builds. I did a restaurant at one point, and then I also did the apartment for the, what is their names? I forget. I can't remember their name. The Fangs. That's what their name is. I did that apartment, but I don't think I've ever done anything where I was specifically trying to make it look Japanese. And recently I saw a speed build by Freezer Bunny called A Traditional Japanese Home. I will link it in the description if I remember to. Actually, you know what? I am the worst at remembering to link things when I mention them. So I have a pen right here, and I am going to make myself a note. Hopefully this works, and if it doesn't, please remind me in the comments. And yeah, hopefully this note will help me, but if it doesn't, you know, you guys know what to do. But anyways, I looked at that build for inspiration, and the main thing that I wanted to include, because I was watching it and he used some of the bonsai trees that we have from base game, because we have this it's like a skill building item. I think you get the gardening skill from it. I'm not sure if you get anything else. I haven't honestly used it in a long time, and I quickly had my sim put together some bonsai trees for this build, so you'll see me place them in a moment. But yeah, I totally forgot those existed, and I think it's because the bonsai is just the like bush shape. It's like a roundish oval shape, and yeah, I just forgot all of the different bonsai looks that actually can come from it. So I was really excited to use it in this build. And I should probably mention, I don't really know anything about Japanese interior design. I did look at some inspiration on Pinterest trying to figure out how I should make this apartment look, but it is very similar to the other apartments when it comes to the appliances, when it comes to the bathroom and like the flooring and wallpaper. I decided to stick with that theme because, like I mentioned, I think in the first apartment, I wanted all of these apartments, I feel like I've said apartment so many times, I wanted all of them to have the same counters, appliances, and like similar wallpapers, just so they feel like a cohesive apartment building, because I felt like that was very realistic to real life. And I also got a comment at one point saying or asking if I could do that in the other apartments, but I feel like with the other ones you don't see the interior of the neighboring apartments, so it's not that big of a deal. But in this one where you could actually see into them, it just made the whole build feel like they belong together. So I decided to continue with that theme. Here you will see though at the front by the door, I messed with this whole shelving thing for a while. I noticed this in Freezer Bunny's build, and then I also saw a lot of interior pictures of these kind of like very petite shelves that are kind of staggered, or I don't know how to describe them necessarily, but they're just kind of, yeah, staggered and small, and they have like very minimal decorations on them. So I was trying to do something similar over here, and I just could not make it work. I don't know if it was the decorations I was picking out or if it was just the way I was putting it together in general. I'm not sure, but I wasn't liking it, so I do get rid of it, but I do mess with it for quite a while. I think maybe what I was trying to do was add too much clutter, and that really didn't suit the whole theme of this interior design that I wanted to go for. So yeah, it was just better to get rid of it. I really wanted to use some lanterns, but they're so short. This is the tallest wall height, and this is my biggest problem with these apartments, is because they're so tall and ceiling lights just don't make any sense. So you may notice, you may not, I'm not sure. I just used the small saucer lights and I sized them down, and I just put them around the different rooms. You can't see them. If you hang chandeliers, you have to use like, I think there's only like a select few that are actually meant for the tallest wall height, and it just, nothing looks quite right. But here's a bonsai tree. Oh my god, they're so cool. I'm gonna have to use them so much more. For this one, I decided to merge it into the counter, so it looks like the little dish is sitting on the counter. So I thought that was really nice. I really don't like the stand that they're on. I wish we could change the color of it, or it was just more of like an item that snapped to a surface. That way your Sims could just place it on a desk or a counter or wherever and then trim their bonsai. I think that would make the item a lot more usable, because I feel like that's why I don't use it. I think that might be it, but I'm not exactly sure. But here you can see I am trying to figure out the living room. I really wanted to use these meditation stools as seats in the living room, but I didn't think that was that practical for the game, so I decided to put some couches in here. But these ones that came from Seasons I thought suited the color scheme. I'm not sure how Japanese they are, but from the pictures I was looking at on Pinterest, it seemed like a lot of the furniture is just very modern and minimal, and this one kind of reminded me of it. And yeah, I don't know, the colors kind of suited the interior, and so I liked it. But I did leave one meditation stool, and I did play test it. My sim was able to sit at it. I don't think they can really do anything with they can't sit there and eat or anything, but they can sit there and meditate. I don't know if there's an interaction to just sit. I didn't notice it. I think you can just meditate. I don't know. But it looks really cool having the sim sit there at like a really low coffee table. So I was happy about that. And then there you noticed I did place the other bonsai tree. For this one, I decided to merge in some side tables. So it probably blocks your sim's interaction from being able to use it. But that really didn't bother me too much, because I didn't imagine it to be like an interactive object, even though it is supposed to be. I just wanted it to be more for decoration. So hopefully it doesn't bother you guys. But here you can see I'm just adding a little accent piece over here. I felt like the wall was just kind of empty and blank. And something I did run into in this apartment is a lot of the more Asian themed artwork that I wanted to use, I used in the previous apartment. Even though I wasn't necessarily going for like an Asian style in there, I did use a lot of the city living artwork, and yeah, a lot of it is just more Asian looking. And so since I didn't really have the paintings, because I didn't want to repeat myself, I decided to just put that like wall hanging with the plant in it and then add the accent piece. And I think that was such like a good way to work around my problem, I guess, of using the other paintings before. So yeah, I actually really liked the way it turned out, and I liked using the accent wall in the bedroom too. The bedroom is so small. This is more of like a studio apartment, and I used these windows to kind of look like shutter doors or something. Or sliding doors maybe. I wanted it to have the illusion that you could close it if you felt like you needed to, but I figured it's just a single sim living here, and they probably don't mind that their bedroom is open to the rest of their bedroom. But here I didn't really like what I had done before. I did like it, but I wanted to do something different, and so I felt like I needed a bookcase in here. I need to play test this to see if it works. I do end up using, I think it's I forget exactly which bookcase I use, but you'll see it here in a moment. I do want to play test it to make sure it works, because if it does, I'm going to be so excited, because it was such like a space saver, and I really wanted like the option for your sim to be able to read something, because at this point there really wasn't that many skill building objects. There was just like the guitar, and that's basically it. There's not even room for a desk or anything, so there's no computer. But I do imagine the sim probably has a laptop in their inventory, and maybe they travel to a cafe or a restaurant to use, or maybe like a park. It doesn't really matter, but maybe they travel somewhere to use their laptop and they don't really do that at home. I wish your sims could do it standing. Of course, they could use a tablet or something, but anyways, here you can see I'm trying to clutter up the shelf surface with a few decorations, trying to not make it look too cluttery, and trying to find items that I felt like made sense with the overall theme and style of the apartment. And I think I actually make it work, and it looks pretty good, but it took me a while. I don't know why it took me so long, but I ended up using these boxes and I sized them down. I think it looks so cute, and yeah, I'm just really happy with it, and I hope you guys do like it too. We are coming up on the screenshots though. I hope you guys have enjoyed this apartment in general, and I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!